We revel in the hard work, dedication, and resilience of our past chairs and past president taking this beautiful shape today and look forward to a further journey of success and accomplishments. The event today commensurates a huge amount of labor of years that have gone by. A lot of hard work has gone by in what we are seeing here as audience today. Just a few minutes and our chief guest will be with us. So my earnest request to each one of you, please settle down in your seats as we are about to begin. I, Shubhra Maheshwari, Senior Vice Chairperson of Hyderabad Chapter, welcome you all for the inauguration of. Just a few moments before our chief guest walks in right here, I can already see our team lined up there. So requesting everybody to please settle down quickly. Friends, please settle down. Our chief guest is right here amongst us. A very warm welcome to the most inspirational political icon and a leader par excellence. Our chief guest, Honorable Minister Shri KT Ramarao Garu. KTR Garu, as he is fondly called, is the minister who acknowledges and agrees that women indeed make great leaders and build a business community. Thank you so much, KTR Garu, for your presence here today. Our guest of honor, President Flow, Ms. Ujjwala Singhania, Chairman TSIIC, Shri G. Balamalu, Principal Secretary of Industries and Commerce and IT, Shri Jayesh Ranjanji, Shri E.V. Narasimha Reddy, Shri Hanumant Rao, respectable senior government officials, consul generals, special invitees, dignitaries of Flow and FICCI, past chairs, Flow and Y-Flow, applicants, and dear members in the audience. Welcome all. Special thanks to our sponsors, Dukes and KCP, who've powered this event today. I invite our chief guest, Shri KTR Garu, Ms. Ujjwala Singhania, Shri Balamaluji, Shri Jayesh Ranjanji, Ms. Kavita Dutt, and Ms. Uma Chigurupati to come forward to light the inaugural lamp, requesting the past presidents also to please join the lighting of the lamp. Requesting the past presidents to join us. Today, on behalf of Flow and the Hyderabad chapter, we extend our gratitude to each one of you for gathering at the opening inauguration of one of its kind FIP in Flow Industrial Park in India, which is operational with awe-inspiring entrepreneurs and is established in 50 acres. I request Y-Flow chairperson Ms. Deepthi Reddy to also join. Ms. Deepthi Reddy, could you please join? This inauguration today is the emblem of commendable hard work and relentless effort of our past chairs and past president. May I now request everybody to rise for national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
I request the past presidents to please come forward for a picture, followed by past chairs, Flo and Y-Flo. Would request the photographers to be a little swift. I request the Flo and the Y-Flo past chairs to join in for the picture next. I request the land allottees to please come over here for a picture. Requesting Flo past chairs to assemble for a picture, followed by Y-Flo past chairs. Can we have the Y-Flo past chairs picture, please? Requesting the photographers to please wind up the pictures. Requesting the land allottees, if any in the audience, to please come up on stage. Jyoti. I now request our chief guest, Honorable Minister, Shri KT Ramarao Garu, Chairman TSIIC Shri Bala Maluji, Honorable MLA Sangareddy G. Mahipal Reddy, Honorable MLC Shri Yadav Reddy, Principal Secretary to Government, Industry and Commerce Shri Jayesh Ranjanji, District Collector G. Hanumant Rao Ji, National Flow President Shri Ms. Ujjwala Singhania Ji, Flow Past Presidents Chairperson and Ms. Uma Chigurupati, along with the FIP team, Ms. Vani Subhash, Ms. Jyotsna Angara, Ms. Ajita Yogesh and Ms. Kavita Dutt, to please grace the stage. I request the FIP team to please accompany our chief guest to stage, requesting all dignitaries to please join us on stage. Shri Bala Maluji, Shri Jayesh Ranjanji, Shri Mahipal Reddy Ji, Shri Yadav Reddy Ji, Shri Hanumant Rao Ji, our National President, past Presidents. This is the quintessential FIP picture with all dignitaries and the land allottees. The women who've made this park and the women who are going to be running this park going forward. A big round of applause to all these powerful ladies on Women's Day. Thank you, sir, for gracing this occasion and making it larger than life for us. A quick picture with all the land allottees. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, KTR Garu, for your presence today. You are truly the most inspirational political icon and a leader par excellence. Always acknowledged and agreed that women make great leaders and build a good business community. Thank you so much. Mrs. Uma Devi Chigurupati has rich experience of more than 3 decades in various fields. Along with her husband, Mr. Krishna Prasad Chigurupati, she had co-founded Triton Laboratories Private Limited in the year 1984, which was later amalgamated with Granules India Limited. Presently, she is spearheading CSR activities and HR initiatives of the company. In addition, she is also the director of Chrisma Estates Private Limited, one of India's premier boutique wineries. I invite Chairperson Flow Hyderabad, Mrs. Umara Chigurupati, to open this session today.
సభకు నమస్కారం. మంత్రివర్యులు శ్రీ కేటీ రామారావు గారు, బాలమల్లు గారు, జయేష్ రంజన్ గారు, హనుమంతరావు గారు, నరసింహరావు గారు, నేషనల్ ప్రెసిడెంట్ ఫ్లో ఉజ్వల సింఘానియా, ఫ్లో పాస్ట్ ప్రెసిడెంట్స్, పాస్ట్ చైర్పర్సన్స్, ఫ్లో కుటుంబ సభ్యులు ఆహ్వానితులందరికీ మా హృదయపూర్వక స్వాగతం. గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ అండ్ ఎ వెరీ వార్మ్ వెల్కమ్ టు వన్ అండ్ ఆల్. హ్యాపీ విమెన్స్ డే టు ఆల్ ద వండర్ఫుల్ విమెన్. We are grateful to the Telangana State Government, KT Ramarao garu, Jayesh Ranjan garu, TSIIC for their commitment to promote women entrepreneurs and for creating facilities and opportunities to boost women-led businesses. Studies reveal that women barely constitute 12% of India's manufacturing sector. We can't ignore the massive contribution that women can make to the Indian economy. Through 7 years of single-minded focus and an unwavering sense of purpose, the Flow Industrial Park took shape and is home today to 25 industries, all led by women as envisaged. It is indeed a moment of pride for Flow and Flow Hyderabad and all those who have supported the cause or believed in it and participated in its fusion in any way. What is more heartening in the insistence on green category industries. From my personal experience as a pharma sector industrialist, I can vouch for the fact that green is the way to improve productivity and better employee performance. My suggestion to the 25 industries of Flow Industrial Park is to first go green in your protocols, processes, your campuses, and then step up the infrastructure that will place Flow Industrial Park of Hyderabad on the world map of 100% women-owned industrial parks. Traditionally, the perception is that manufacturing industry is not for women. Let us break this myth by creating workspaces that offer a diverse culture and opportunities for career advancement and leadership. It is imperative for female role models who have risen the ranks of manufacturing industry to be visible throughout all levels because their presence works as an inspirational, impactful, and positive perception about manufacturing. Another area is to formulate a specific strategy around recruiting women, especially since manufacturers have a tough time countering the underrepresentation of women workers. Flexible work practices and competitive pay could serve as key driving aspects of attracting, hiring, and retaining women in manufacturing. Last but not the least, on behalf of all women here, everywhere in India, I request governments of both central and state levels to make more policies that benefit female entrepreneurs and encourage their active participation in the manufacturing industry. Having said that, once again, my immense gratitude to the forward-looking state government of Telangana for steadfastly supporting Flow Hyderabad and the 25 industrialists in making this dream come true. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, Uma. Ms. Ujjwala Singhania is the 38th National President of FICCI Ladies Organization. Hailing from the 4th generation of one of India's leading business families, the JK Organization, she is a director at JK International, a firm that invests through private equity and venture capital. Also a director at General Data Private Limited, a company specializing in software development and engineering analysis. Let's hear from the National President, Flow Ladies.
Thank you. Namaste. A very warm welcome to everyone. Honorable Minister KT Ramarao-ji, thank you for accepting our invitation to be the chief guest today. With outstanding personalities who are true champions for women empowerment, we could not have asked for better leaders to do the honors today. A very warm welcome to our past presidents, members of Presidium, governing body members, Hyderabad chapter past chairs, floor members, our guests and dignitaries in the audience. I'm so happy to share that in last 38 years, FLOW with its 18th chapter and 8,000 members are working towards a just and equitable society for women. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor for me as a president of FLOW to be here with you all on this historical moment. FLOW has built a true collaborative relationship with the government of Telangana to establish the first FLOW industrial park. The range of unconventional industry represented at the park is heartening. I'm delighted to say that every industry in this park is 100% owned and driven by women. So, this year FLOW has begun conversation with other state governments to set up similar parks. Your belief that women empowerment is possible only when there is financial empowerment is possible only when there is financial empowerment along with property rights. This is visible in our industrial park. It is very true that empowerment of women in every aspect is essential for accelerated national progress. Thank you to you, sir, and your entire team at Industries Department and TSIIC for making this a reality. We all know about the business-friendly policy of Telangana government. The team at Hyderabad always have spoken very highly of you and your officers. We at FLOW are now ready to embark on phase 2 of the industrial park, and we hope you assign the same to us at the earliest. Sir, FLOW is wanting to establish a center of excellence for women with focus on leadership and skill development. We would like to create this world-class center with your support. Sir, you've been a true support to women empowerment, and we hope to have your continued support in the future too. Ladies, all of you who have your units in the park, a big congratulations to you all. It is now your commitment to FLOW and the government to ensure that the FLOW flag flies high. I would like to express my appreciation to past President Kavita Dutt and National Industrial Park team of Josna Angara, Vani Subhash, and Ajita Yogesh for owning the responsibility the last many years in spite of challenges and making the industrial park a reality. Thank you so much. Thank you. A special thank to Chairperson Uma Chigrupati and her team for putting this event together with the industrial park team. Thank you, Uma. Thank you very much. Namaste.
Thank you, Ujjwala ji. Ms. Vani Subhash has been an eminent figure in the horizon of travel industry in Hyderabad. Started with Sita Travel as the branch manager and progressed to vice president in charge of South. Over the years, she has held various positions as founder chairperson, Hyderabad chapter, Travel Agents Association of India, founder member, SCAL International, and later chairperson and international counselor representing India in the World Forum, and chairperson FLOW also. Also, she was the third lady Rotarian in the world. Her company, Hansa Holidays, is presently in the business of luxury customized holidays. We look forward to hearing from Ms. Vani Subhash, who's also a pillar and instrumental in converting this dream of industrial park.
Thank you, Shubhra. Namaste, everyone. Honorable Minister for Municipal Administration and Urban Development, Industries, IT and Commerce, Government of Telangana, Shri KT Ramarao Garu. our great support and motivator, Sri Jayesh Ranjan, Principal Secretary, IT, Government of Telangana, and all the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. Let me start by quoting Condoleezza Rice, former Secretary of State, USA. I think the truth of the matter is people who end up as first don't usually set out to be first. They set out to do something they love, and it just so happens that they're the first to do it. That is how we at Flow Hyderabad started to dream of a fully owned women's enterprise, an industrial park, no less, which would be the bedrock of innovation, competitiveness, and entrepreneurship, under the hem of our chairperson, Jyotsna Angara, of our then chairperson, Jyotsna Angara. We presented this dream to Sri Jayesh Ranjan, and no surprises there. He very actively supported us and let this little lamp of fire grow continuously until it became what it is today, a bright flame that has the potential to light up thousands of lives with hope. The seed that germinated in 2013, it started all in 2013, has slowly but surely blossomed into the grand event today. I must say the road was not easy or made overnight. After all, dreams don't work unless we do. Mind you, it was an arduous task needing unending patience and perseverance from all of us ladies. As during these years, we saw the bifurcation of the Telugu states, the reallotment of portfolios, the pandemic, multiple lockdowns, and much more. But through it all, we were in constant contact and were assiduously encouraged by Sri Jayesh Ranjan and later Sri KT Ramarao Garu also. Jyotsna's daring vision was actively shared, pursued, and promoted through these years by our past presidents, Flo, Kavita Dutt. Kavita was always there for us, came from Madras whenever we needed her, and she's an integral part of Flo team in Hyderabad. We were also supported by Pinky Reddy, our past president, and of course, I have to again mention Jyotsna, Ajita, and myself. And so many members from Flo helped us in this in many ways. And last but not least, our dynamic past chairpersons who supported us all the way. Please give them a big clap. We are thankful to the government of Telangana and Sri KT Ramarao Garu for allotting 50 acres of prime land in this area for the Flow Industrial Park, and this happened in 2016 on International Women's Day. As of now, we have 36 plots, and this has translated to 25 women entrepreneurs. You saw them all up here just now. The process is ongoing, and very soon the park will be buzzing beehive of industrial activity. Undoubtedly, Telangana is blessed to have a very supportive state government which enabled us to create history by becoming the first state in the country to launch an industrial park owned, led, and managed by women 100%. Please, we all need a clap for that, all the women. We are sure the precedent that we have set in Hyderabad will serve as a motivation to Flow members across the various chapters in this country. It is rather appropriate that all this is happening today on International Women's Day. We are thankful to Sri KT Ramarao Garu for choosing today to make it a grand event. And thank you, everybody. And I will end by saying, Jai Hind, Jai Telangana.
Ms. Kavita Dutt. Ms. Kavita Dutt is the Joint Managing Director of KCP Limited, Vice President of World Telugu Federation, member of Young Presidents Organization Tamil Nadu Chapter, former National President Flo, former National Executive Committee member FICCI, and former Chairperson FICCI Tamil Nadu State Council. That's a feat. I welcome on stage Ms. Kavita Dutt.
Namaskaram. Thank you, Vani. Your introduction has been really succinct. However, I wanted to add a few more details about Flow Industrial Park. Before I get there, I must share with you how it all began. 5 years back, and across seas, my native spontaneity went on an overdrive when I asked KTR Garu if I could meet for a few moments. I should say, little did he realize that I was going to ask for 50 acres of land. His generosity and vision have come this far, and we are here to inaugurate the fruits of that meeting. Spread over 50 acres, this flagship project, in collaboration with TSIIC, is a first for both Flow and our parent body, FICCI. This initiative has progressed from the startup stage to growth stage and is now racing forward in full throttle. Flow Industrial Park, curated for women, owned and women-run businesses, prides itself to be the only owned by women enterprise. They are the sole stakeholders. Primarily in the green and orange categories, the park includes a huge range of industries from packaging, organic handloom apparel, food processing, to elevators, instrumentation, and nutraceuticals, to name a few. We believe this is a reflection of true women empowerment, and it is a matter of great pride for us to take it pan-India. Celebrating this with you on 8th March, the International Women's Day, is a greater honor for me and the organization. A few words on the experience of working on this project. On my part, I would like to say that it has been a long, many times quite arduous, many times very challenging, but overall a deeply rewarding journey. I owe my gratitude to Jayesh Ranjan Garu for helping us with such an amazing team who guided us every step of the way. We are delighted that 3 past presidents of Flow are here with us, sharing the pride of the launch. Interestingly, one of them, Harjinder Talwar, also has strong roots with Hyderabad chapter. She was the founder chairperson of YFlow Hyderabad. She is additionally a stakeholder in the industrial park as a plot owner. Our senior vice president-elect, Sudha Shivkumar, is present amongst us as well. We hope that she is inspired to take up a similar project in Tamil Nadu. I'm happy to place on record the support of Sangeeta Reddy of Apollo Hospitals and past president of FICCI. To the new entrepreneurs with us, we wish you all the success in your endeavor. FICCI Flow pledges its support to you. While I cherish and value the participation of Flow members from many parts of India, I should add that this momentous time belongs to the Telangana government and KTR Garu. This park will be a pride of the Telangana government. I submit it to your support. Before I close, a huge, huge shout out to the untiring team, Jyotsna, Ajita, and Vani. Ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause, please. Can we get our hands together for the purpose, the project, and the team? Thank you.
Ms. Jyotsna Angara is a communications and public relations professional and is currently on the board of various not-for-profit organizations working towards economic empowerment of women. She has a strong humanitarian impulse, and working for the underprivileged is not just her passion but a way of life. A psychology graduate, Jyotsna is a trained glider pilot, para-jumper, and a sports person, having represented both her university as well as the state at national level competitions. She has been the governing body member with FLOW since 2012 and conceptualized a national initiative, We in Transport. She was chairperson of FLOW Hyderabad in 2013. Under her leadership, FLOW signed the MOU with Telangana government for first FLOW Industrial Park Hyderabad, the flagship project that is being launched today. She is the council member with Society for Cyberabad Security Council and a governing council member for the 100-year-old NGO that the family runs educational institute in the old city of Hyderabad under the name Sharda Vidyalaya that was established in 1922. Calling upon you, Ms. Jyotsna Angara.
Namaskar, Adab. Happy Women's Day to everybody. May I request all the men in the audience to clap for the women. And not just this one day. Yes, we celebrate International Women's Day, but let's take a pledge to respect and rise for women where needed 24/7, 365 days, and not just one day. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. I stand here today feeling humble, yet with a deep sense of pride at all that we women here have collectively achieved through the FLOW Industrial Park. A journey that began over a dinner conversation has now culminated into a beautiful reality. As a chapter, we are delighted to have taken the lead nationally to establish the first FLOW Industrial Park with the excellent support from the government that has helped us carve a place in the history in our efforts to empower women, set up with a clear purpose to increase women's contribution in the manufacturing sector that truly adds to the nation's GDP. If this project saw the daylight, it is with the unstinting support of TSIIC and its leadership team of KTR Garu, Shri Jayesh Ranjan ji, Mr. Narsimha Reddy is not here, he's the MD and Vice Chairman. Shri Balamallu Garu is the Chairman, and Mr. Madhusudan. Ladies and gentlemen, the team sitting here are not just proactive, they are an unbeatable team, very result-oriented, solution-driven, and work at an unbelievable pace that makes us run too, in an extremely optimistic manner. Thank you, TSIIC and Government of Telangana. Together, we've created history that I think all of us are proud of. Honorable KTR Garu, FLOW has done some path-breaking work across our chapters in the last many years. Some of the major works taken up took shape in Hyderabad, including the industrial park. We have a special request for you, sir. FLOW is, as Ujjwala mentioned, FLOW is wanting to establish the country's first FLOW Center of Excellence for Women, with a special focus on the manufacturing sector, women's leadership, and skill development. We would definitely like to begin this project for FLOW with Hyderabad and your support. As was discussed in our last meeting with you a month ago, a proposal to this effect, I think Ujjwala has just handed over to you. We had anyway given it to Mr. Jayesh Ranjan too. We assure you it would be a fabulous center with some premier associations, both domestic and international. Honorable Minister Garu, we are now ready to start the second phase of the park. So request that we be assigned further amount of land. We've already requested for about 150 acres when we met Mr. Jayesh Ranjan ji a couple weeks ago. so that we create a larger industry-specific clusters. We are looking forward to your support and begin the process. Sir, your efforts to promote women's businesses in the MSME sector is laudable. We do have some plans that Flow can work together to bring better value and give a push to the women-owned MSMEs. For example, government can create a rating system of all women manufacturing industries. Based on their performance, they receive incentives and benefits. This idea was actually discussed with Mr. Narasimha Reddy almost a year ago. KTR ji, you've been a true support to women's cause and a change ambassador in true sense. We truly appreciate it and hope to have your continued support. A special note of appreciation to your team who stood by us to guide at every step and supported Flow in maintaining this 100% status. Rather, they gave us the confidence that it can be done. It is my humble request to all our leaders from the government on the dais and off the dais to please continue to make women-friendly policies, budgets, initiatives, and schemes. Please include women leaders at all levels into discussions while doing so. That's a sincere request. May I now request Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, Principal Secretary, IT, Industry and Commerce, and President Ujjwala Singhania to launch the film on Flow Industrial Park. There's a remote there. Where's the remote? It should be there.
India's growth story is supported by over 1.3 million women entrepreneurs, a fact that adds to the adage, empowering a woman is empowering a generation.
It's a proud moment for Flow to establish the first women-owned industrial park. Flow's commitment to build an entrepreneurial-driven economy where women play a major role is continuous. There is a great need and opportunity to create women industrial park across the country. We are collaborating with the state government at various chapters to set up similar industrial park to empower women entrepreneurs.
FICCI Flow's Hyderabad chapter joined hands with the government of Telangana's State Industrial Infrastructure Corporation to undertake this initiative, with the vision of not just impacting women entrepreneurship, but also impacting Telangana's industrial growth.
What they have created at the Flow Park in Sultanpur is absolutely fabulous. What satisfies me even more is that the entrepreneurs who are taking up industrial projects there have taken up some very innovative projects, new generation projects, which are having high technology, very good employment potential. This is very contrary to the traditional image of women entrepreneurs that they are doing some small home-based activities.
There is a great sense of satisfaction and pride for Flow as we are on the verge of taking our journey pan-India across to other chapters. All companies are 100% women-owned, representing green industry only.
Investment of 250 crores and emotional investment of dreams and aspirations has culminated into the Flow Industrial Park, which is set to catalyze the Make in India mission and generate enormous employment opportunities.
Today,
Many women are aspiring to achieve great success, and FLOW encourages, empowers, and supports these women in turning their dreams into reality.
This initiative is close to every FLOW member's heart, resulting in a synergized involvement by pan-India members hailing from a multitude of industrial verticals.
Women's participation in the manufacturing sector is true contribution to country's economy and GDP. It's a game changer for all women. We are happy that our chapter took the lead to establish the first FLOW industrial park in collaboration with Government of Telangana, who gave us 50% price subsidy and a fully developed infrastructure to ensure that our members have a smooth start.
The leadership at FLOW Industrial Park has spearheaded this venture with painstaking commitment and immense support from the Government of Telangana, with the sole aim of ensuring that women entrepreneurs get to set up their units effortlessly.
The infrastructure provided here by the Government of Telangana is excellent and enables us to focus on our core businesses.
The ecosystem is designed to be very supportive for women entrepreneurs and workers.
From concept to reality, the Industrial Park team has worked diligently. It is a flagship project of FLOW Hyderabad chapter, and we are very proud of it.
The past chairpersons of the Hyderabad chapter have consistently contributed for the growth and the betterment of the chapter since the inception.
We are on a mission to pave a path for many such parks built to support women entrepreneurs and women-run enterprises across the country. Because we believe in the adage, empowering a woman is empowering a nation.
Oh, this deserves a very big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. The film gave me goosebumps. Thank you so much. Shri Jayesh Ranjanji is the Principal Secretary of Industries and Commerce and Information Technology Department of the Telangana government. If simplicity and sincerity had a face, then it would be his. He's a normal person with supernormal achievements. His grit, dedication, humility, optimism, and hard work to pursue excellence is worthy of emulating. A leader who's ever so willing to try new ways and open to new ideas. Let's hear it from Jayesh ji.
Thank you very much. Honorable Minister, Ms. Ujjwala Singhania, Ms. Kavita Dutt, Uma Garu, Jyotsna Garu, Honorable TSIIC Chairman, Shri Balmallu Garu, District Collector Hanumantrao Garu, Vani Garu, Ajita Garu, Deepti Garu, my colleague Madhusudan, all the senior representatives from FLOW and all the invitees, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, my congratulations to the entire team of FLOW for this landmark occasion. This has come up in a very, very wonderful way. In fact, as I mentioned in that promotional film as well, what has impressed me the most is the range of activities which are being taken up. The 25 allottees are trying out all kinds of manufacturing activities, some of which involve really cutting-edge technology, state-of-the-art facilities, and a very good understanding of not just domestic markets, but even possibilities for exporting. So, in fact, it reminds me when close to 3 decades ago when I had joined the government service, there was a flagship program at that time of providing income generation activities to below poverty line people. And we were asked to find out eligible women and give them subsidies and tie up bank loans, etc. And I remember in those days, our imagination was confined to some very, very stereotypical activities like giving them a cow or helping them with some kirana store or giving them a small loan to do some vegetable vending and those kind of things. And look at the contrast between those days of these very insignificant kind of activities to what is happening here. I think we have moved a long way. And of course, most importantly, the entire approach towards looking at women. Earlier, it was a beneficiary-driven approach, that they are beneficiaries. We have to give them something from the top. But the whole perception of looking at them as capable entrepreneurs, if you create proper enabling circumstances, they will be able to do everything which anyone else can do and possibly do it even better than others. That concept has been very, very ably demonstrated here in this Flow Industrial Park. So, as I said, my congratulations to the entire team, which has been working relentlessly for the last so many years to make this a reality. But today is also the International Women's Day, and therefore it is also very appropriate to at least speak about these things, which is the fact that despite all the advances which women have been making in so many other fronts, there still remains lots of barriers in encouraging women to contribute equitably in the workforce also. In fact, there are many studies which have shown that there is a discrimination at every step for a woman to join gainful employment in the industrial sector, in the manufacturing sector. Their numbers are low, and even those who are there to participate or contribute to the workforce, they suffer from lower wages, their career advancement is poor, and obviously there is a glass ceiling at the very top. So it is also very important that people, the institutions like Flow, and particularly the leaders who are here, the Flow leadership, we must all look at how gradually, incrementally, we have to take steps to break all these barriers, to ensure that the kind of opportunities which you have got and with which you have been able to rise till to the very top, we are able to create similar opportunities for people from humble background, working class background, who also have aptitude and ambition to really become a very meaningful contributing member of the industrial landscape. So let us hope that amongst various other programs that Flow will be launching, and which are already going on for the last few decades, we will also be focusing on this very important aspect of creating opportunities for everyone across the spectrum, so that our industrial ecosystem, not just here in Hyderabad or in Telangana, but in the entire country, is extremely welcoming and supportive of women. So once again, my heartfelt congratulations for the successful launch of the Flow Industrial Park here in Sultanpur. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jayeshi. Our chief guest today is a dignitary of high achievements and simple thinking. Shri K.T. Ramarao Garu, popularly known as KTR Garu, is Cabinet Minister for Information Technology, Municipal Administration and Urban Development, and Industries and Commerce, Government of Telangana. He is the exemplary visionary who set up country's largest startup incubator. He is undoubtedly considered the most inspirational political icon and a leader par excellence. A minister who acknowledges and agrees that women make great leaders, build good business community, and have huge potential to improve society. A very candid yet an extremely proactive person who kept the FIP team on toes, almost always questioning the pace. We welcome you, sir, and invite you to address the audience.
Thank you. Andarki namaskaram. Gauranilu, Flow Chairperson, All India, Srimati Ujjwala Singhania ji, Gauranilu Uma Chigurupati garu, Kavita Dutt garu, our Principal Secretary Jayesh Ranjan garu, Jyotsna garu, Vani, Ajita garu, Deepthi, Hanumantrao garu, TSIC Chairman Balamallu garu, మా CEO TSIC Madhusudan garu, ఈ కార్యక్రమంలో పాలు పంచుకుంటున్న అందరికీ పేరు పేరున హృదయపూర్వకంగా నమస్కారాలు. మీ అందరికీ అంతర్జాతీయ మహిళా దినోత్సవం సందర్భంగా హృదయపూర్వకంగా శుభాకాంక్షలు. I wish you all a very happy International Women's Day. Before I speak about the park, before I talk about how government of Telangana and Flow together have created this, possibly one of the finest women-owned, women-led, women-managed industrial parks in the country. I'd like to I'd like to say a few things about the state itself and how well it has done in the last 8 years. About 8 years ago, in June 2014, when the new state of Telangana was formed, there were lots of apprehensions, there were lots of doubts about how Telangana would go about attracting entrepreneurs, how Telangana would continue to create jobs, how this vibrant city of Hyderabad, which has got history, culture, heritage, which has got a lot going for it, how well would the cultural fabric of this city would be maintained, and the list goes on. The number of apprehensions were quite a few. But in the last 8 years, let me present you a quick progress report of how Hyderabad, Telangana has done in the context of India. When we began our journey in 2014 as a state, as a young state, just to give you a few statistics which are, sure. Just to give you a few statistics which possibly will paint the picture for you. When we began our journey in 2014 June, the GSDP of the state of Telangana, the gross state domestic product of the state of Telangana, was about 4.9 lakh crores. But today, 7 years later, the state's GSDP stands at 11.54 lakh crores. So literally 130% jump. The per capita income, which again is a very telling indicator of how well a state is doing, was exactly 1,24,000 rupees at the time of the formation of the state. Today, 7.5 years later, it is at 2,78,000 rupees, which is again 125% growth. And just to put things in perspective for you, Telangana is the 11th largest state geographically, 12th largest in terms of population in India, but we are the 4th largest contributor to India's economy. This is not my statistic, this is not my story. In fact, Reserve Bank of India, which releases a report every year on the state of economy, last October had acknowledged that after Maharashtra, West Bengal and Tamil Nadu, Telangana today is the 4th largest contributor to Indian economy. Again, just to put things in perspective, our population is only 2.5% of India's population, but we contribute to 5% of India's GDP. So we literally punch much above our weight. And that has been the growth story of Telangana. So how did this happen? How did this happen? How did the new state of Telangana today join the leagues of Karnataka, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu and Gujarat in terms of very forward-looking, forward-thinking state when it comes to industry and business? I would attribute this primarily to our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri KTR Garu, who had come out with some revolutionary policies such as the TSI Pass. TSI Pass, I don't know how many of you know this, but TSI Pass is the Telangana State Industrial Project Approval Self-Certification System, wherein if you have a piece of land, say example in this Flow Park, you actually don't need a clearance from the government to start construction. On day one, without seeking any clearance from the government, neither from the municipality nor from the Gram Panchayati, you can start the construction of your factory. So those of you who haven't started constructing your factories in the Flow Park, I would urge you, I would request you sincerely to start construction ASAP, because I know 25 allottees who kind of joined us here, out of whom only 5 have been able to launch their operations. The remaining 20 or more, I would urge you to start ASAP so that you catch on with the rest of them. The second thing I would like to point out on TSI Pass, not only are the permissions, self-certified, we by statute, by legislation enacted in the Telangana legislature, we promise all clearances in 15 days. While there is no requirement to seek a clearance, only for regulatory purposes we submit that we request that you submit an application online on the TSI Pass portal. Once you submit an application online, we take only 15 days to process your application and come out with a yes or a no answer. If we do not deliver with a yes or a no answer in the 15-day window that is given to us, on the 16th day, it's a deemed approval. No other state in India will tell you this. And also, on the 16th day, from the 16th day, even our Principal Secretary, even Jayesh Ranjan, if he is held responsible for the delay on holding a clearance, even he will be fined a sum of rupees 1,000 per day from his salary. So far, Jayesh has not been fined ever. He's already given out more than 18,000 clearances. And for those of you who are wondering if this actually works or if this is one of those, stories that gets sold many times and repeated many times but doesn't really work on paper. We have given more than 18,000 clearances. We've been able to attract more than $32 billion of investment in the last 7.5 years. And we continue to grow and we continue to push the envelope when it comes to creating more and more employment. 1.6 million job potential has been created, and we believe that we have barely scratched the surface. Now coming to the event at hand here, I'm delighted that Flow has actually taken the lead. In Telangana, this is the first women industrial park that has been launched. My compliments to the entire team, the entire leadership team of Flow for making this happen. I think they deserve a huge round of applause from all of you. They've been very persistent. They've been very tenacious, very persistent. And this, despite COVID, despite demonetization, while the state has been growing, so has been the perseverance of your team, the Flow team here. They've been very persistent, and I'm delighted that today we are actually able to launch the park. But as I was pointing out, I think there's still more scope to grow. But the one appeal I have for all of you young women who are launching their enterprises here, I urge you to think big, because many of you, the business plans that I've seen, the projects that I've seen are very conventional. But we celebrate women like Falguni Nair, who's a self-made billionaire today in our country. I would urge some of our Hyderabadi young women also to dream big, start thinking about emerging technologies, start thinking about world-class products coming from Hyderabad. If Hyderabad can provide 1/3 of vaccines to the world during the pandemic and also during other times, why can't we think big and why can't we come out with more products which are world-class in nature? I don't know how many of you know this. Hyderabad is the bulk drugs capital of India. We are the pharmaceutical capital of India. We are also the vaccine capital of the world. So therefore, there is no reason, there is no pretext for us not to think big, not to think on a scale of the globe and coming out with world-class products. I would also urge you to start looking at opportunities in aerospace, defense, also start looking at opportunities in healthcare, because I think the next 1 decade is going to belong to the healthcare. Possibly look at opportunities in food processing. Also start looking at opportunities in other emerging technologies. With India growing in scale, stature and size, I think the world is looking at us with renewed interest. So forge alliances, forge partnerships with the best in the world, think big, think truly global. So therefore, if you are keen and if you are looking forward to expanding this park, as I was told, we are more than happy to facilitate another 50 acres or another 100 acres if you are coming forward. But the only catch is, I want you to come out with novel products. I want you to come out with futuristic, modern business assignments and not think conventional alone. Please think of changing the globe. Please think of changing, the way the world looks at us as well. We are doing a number of things, not just few industrial parks in Telangana which are exclusive to women, but every industrial park in Telangana has 10% of the plots earmarked for women entrepreneurs. So you are, in fact, open, we are open, to receiving your interests in other industrial parks as well, across the landscape, across the length and breadth of the state. We also encourage an additional 10% investment subsidy. We also offer an additional 10% investment subsidy for women entrepreneurs in our industrial parks. I would also like to mention elite who have launched India's first industrial estate in about 30 acres in Gazula Ramaram way back, I think 17 years ago. Since then, they have also grown. They've also launched another park in Nandigama, and then another women entrepreneurs, confederation, COVE, has also launched an industrial park near Tupran in about 30 acres. We have advised, we have supported, and we have been assisting all of these various women-led organizations to create and to further women entrepreneurship in the state of Telangana. And as I was pointing out, not only in sectors such as food processing, textiles and apparel, supply chain, lifestyle, electronics, we would also urge you to look at a broader spectrum of investment opportunities. Let me also point out, our Deepti Rawula is sitting here somewhere. Where is Deepti? She is the CEO of V-Hub, India's only women entrepreneurship hub, which is also headquartered in Hyderabad. I would urge all of you to pay a visit to V-Hub, to meet with Deepti, to discuss further incubation opportunities, to discuss further funding opportunities, because V-Hub is first of its kind. Deepti, please sit. And solely state-run platform for women entrepreneurs of, from various parts of the state and country. We have already incubated more than 2,194 women-led startups and SMEs through 21 different programs. We have been engaging with more than 5,235 women to enable them in becoming key stakeholders in the economic workforce of Telangana. V-Hub so far has enabled 66.3 crores of funding for women entrepreneurs and startups, and has led to creation of more than 2,823 jobs by women entrepreneurs across the state of Telangana. I am also delighted to know that V-Hub has been working closely with Flow, but for those of you who have not made a visit, who have not actually been exposed to V-Hub, I urge you to do that. We are also launching Udyamika, India's first framework to enable women entrepreneurs to get end-to-end support. The three components of Udyamika would be a physical grievance portal to facilitate the addressing of queries and challenges faced by women entrepreneurs by a single window system, which brings all concerned departments under one single roof for women entrepreneurs and their issues to be sorted out. The second important component of Udyamika would be a consultative committee on women entrepreneurship to evaluate, to review and process the financial incentives that are made available under the Women Entrepreneurship Bridge. Also to address grievances raised by entrepreneurs by a high-level committee. The third and the most important aspect of Udyamika would be to create a corpus fund to incentivize avenues established to increase ease of doing business for women entrepreneurs. So with these few words, once again, I'd like to compliment and congratulate Flow on this wonderful initiative. I hope you come out with world-class products. I hope you come out with world-class ideas. And I hope you give us the leverage and the handle to be able to compete on a global stage. Thank you very much. Once again, a happy International Women's Day.
Thank you so much, sir. That was extremely motivational and will definitely take us way forward. If the path is beautiful, ask where it leads. But if the destination is beautiful, never mind the path and keep walking. This was the mantra of our past chairs who brought us to this mega celebration today. Celebrations like these calls for felicitations. I request Ms. Ujjwala to felicitate our esteemed chief guest and guest of honor with a Bidri memento along with Ms. Uma Chigrupati. I request the team to please send the mementos. These Bidri mementos are also a part of reviving our state art and craft.